Hey everybody, Patrick here from Processing Product. We're going to do something a little different today. I have early access to the next-gen embedded local AI hardware. So this is Pamir AI. I got early access to the alpha dev kit. This is going to give me a local LLM and local AI on a physical device. Yeah, I'm super excited. I guess I'll just jump right into things, starting with an unboxing. So these are the three elements that came. Yeah, let's do this one first. This is the board. All right. Sweet. Oh, nice little sticker there. I like their branding. I like their whole vibe, in fact. This is the Distiller Alpha Dev Kit. Sweet. So it's nice. It's elements of this are already kind of set up. Very cool. Comes with some heat sinks and 3D printed casing to keep it secure, which, you know, all of it could be customized as needed. Let's start fresh. We have a clean surface. We have the Distiller 2 Alpha Dev Kit. We've got this plug and a sticker and another sticker and the gallium nitride charger, and a few tools to help us tinker. And now, okay, we can get started properly. So there's a USB port for charging. Yeah, just taking a look at the setup we've got here. Definitely well crafted. Beautiful to see this board. It's just really nicely put together. Okay, so I think we'll switch to this flow. So now, I am a relative beginner when it comes to hardware. I've got some Python background. I've got more coding experience beyond that. I've done a lot of work with AI, machine learning. I feel confident I can do this, but I'm gonna go through a lot of the tutorials here, and you're gonna be along for the ride with me, so thanks for sticking with it. Okay, the GUI that comes with the device is still a work in progress. Please be patient as modules load. Smashing buttons won't help. That's good. It's an e-ink display. It's not a touch screen, so you're using the side buttons. Right, so if this is the charger, then this is down. Oh, I see they've got little affordances here. So down, up, select. Cool. So yeah, let's plug it in, and we'll plug it in here. All right, I see a green light. Okay, here we go. Distiller Alpha Dev Kit. Software version 0.1.0. Hardware version 0.1.2. Designed in California by Pamir AI. Okay, so let's talk about the setup. The only way for Distiller to connect to Wi-Fi so you can SSH into it is via voice. Once the device is powered on, go to the Wi-Fi use MCP server. Hello, Rackman. Meow. Okay, yes. Select server. We're gonna go to the Wi-Fi server. Help me scan for Wi-Fi networks. connect to the password is attempted. Successful attempt. I guess it's on. We did it. Okay. Let's proceed to SSH. Here's where we can take a moment to talk about everything that's going on. Suggested coding setup is cursor so that we can write an MCP server script. But what is an MCP server? I really like Code with Chris's explanation for it here. MCP is Model Context Protocol. So we have all of these tools on the right that we want to get to, like Google Calendar, Gmail, GitHub, and we can write individual workflows for each of those and code a connection to each of them. Or there are these servers called MCP servers that basically already have the logistics for how to connect to those tools built into them. Anthropic introduced this in November 2024, and since then it's really taken off. I like the way that they describe it in their documentation. Think of MCP like a USB-C port for AI applications. So this is the way that AI agents can connect to more systems and control everything from one client, even though it's routing to many different systems, potentially many different servers. The Model Context Protocol is a way of talking to all of those different servers and getting something back that makes sense. And as part of the Quick Start guide, they recommend you download Cursor. So what's Cursor? It's an AI code editor. So I've already downloaded it, but you can download for your system. It's an IDE workspace, and it looks like this. So where were we on Distiller? We were doing the Quick Start, and now we just need to actually SSH. Okay. Select server. Wi-Fi use. Storing cache. Help me SSH into this device. Ah. Connect via SSH. What? Okay. Distiller at. So I don't know how else to get here except to do new window with profile, and then I have to create a new profile. But now I see connect via SSH. I guess that means I'm gonna install some extensions. Both of these are MS VS Code remote. Okay. Okay, now we're in the same problem. Yes, connect via SSH. Ah, okay. I needed to install an extension in order to get SSH to work. I'm sure people who use VS Code all the time already have that installed, but okay. Connect via SSH, and now that I have that extension, I can add a new SSH host. All right. Now what's this? Sure. Connect. Enter password. Downloading some other VS Code stuff. VS Code server. Ah. Okay, so a lot of prerequisites here before you can get in. See, this is one of those situations where I feel like all of these IDEs and platforms are trying to make things simple, but then it's like, why do I need to install any extensions? Why do I need to do any of this? Why don't you just make it work, you know? If I needed these things to begin with, they should have been installed. But then I guess it's like, do you install every single extension that ever existed or something? Cool. So now I'm SSH'd. And I'm gonna open home directory. Yay! Okay. Whew. Now I see a normal file manager. This is so much easier to navigate through. Python. Okay, there's a README file. Okay, so now, so I had to do a little Googling, and I'm trusting Gemini for the AI overview because I was wondering how I download a file from a URL to an SSH, right? can't just go to this link and then download it to my desktop and then drag it in here. I mean, unless I can, but okay. Now I'm in the right directory. It's a drive link. Let me do something crazy. Let me just try to download it. If I were to dream up an IDE, I should just be able to drag and drop this to there. Huh. Seems like that worked. That's cool. So... okay, so this is one example voice that I will try out. Piper models. Great. And then voice config file. Yes. Okay, back in cursor. It goes in the same models folder. Okay. All right, so I should probably clarify that I believe these were added specifically at my request because I told them I was going to do some stuff with text-to-speech. So I think these particular lines might be specific to me, but now I believe I can do this and follow the rest of these instructions. Oh, cannot open. Oh, right, because it's in the other directory. Piper. It is there. Piper, ARM64 is not recoverable. No such file or directory. So it's just extracting the file, but it says it's not there. Oh, because we're in models. No, CD. I see. Right, so I need to change to... all right, that worked. Right. Right, so now I think I want to switch to this. Oh, whoops. And then we're gonna build. Our module name's build. So I have a bit of a sense of how Piper could work. Also, I'm curious to check out different voices.
Duha je fotometeor projevující se jako skupina.
A rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon.
A rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of...
A rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and...
Sounds almost Scottish, less American.
A rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light in...
Ooh, Alan might be the one. That's cool. Let me take some notes. And I guess I can see if they responded. Oh, cool. Virtual environment. Wow. So they're writing documents in real time. I started at the quick start, but start coding wasn't here when I was looking before. Okay. Follow this guide to set up the coding environment. Starting software. Okay. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. And I think I was kind of off base in terms of where I was trying to go with the code. Really, essentially too much coding. So got some good advice from the founders at Pamir AI, and I'm gonna try out just the modules that came on my particular device. So TTS use sounds like text-to-speech to me. So let's see. It's probably been sitting idle for too long. Well, it says restoring cache, so I don't want to interrupt. Cache restored successfully. Okay. Connected to talk. Say, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Say, she sells seashells by the seashore.
All right, cool. Fun. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore.
Amazing. Very fun. Cool. Okay, so the text-to-speech MCP server is working. Now, I don't even know what this other one is. LED use. Like, it's probably this blinking LED, but I don't know if there's something else that it does. Cache restored successfully. Okay. Turn the LED blue. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, I see. So this is the status one, but then this is the LED. Turn the LED purple. All right. So let's see if I can generate some interesting colors. Yeah, let's try that. Change the LED to the color with a hex code 0E9594. Okay, it's telling me a lot about the conversion from hexadecimal to... I will set it to the default brightness. Interesting. Oh, server connection. Turn off the LED. Oh, man, okay. Okay. Rebooting. Text-to-speech, LED control, Wi-Fi. Okay, we're gonna just watch this together, because I watched it earlier, but I think I must be missing something.
Let's plug in the board and connect cursor. Let's drag this text file that contains everything AI need to know.
Where is that text file coming from? So that's the SSH host. Okay, it's in the directory. Oh, right. I restarted, and so now it got removed. Okay. Disconnected. Connect. Okay, we seem to be back. Awesome. Right. Maybe just home. Okay, so let me see. Is it in the SDK? No. Okay, Distiller CMS Python. I don't know. Requirements test. LLMs. Okay, cool. Great.
Let's drag this text file that contains everything AI need to know. We then tell cursor that we want AI to control a server model.
Right, an MCP server that... What do we want? What do we want? So I guess how to describe it. Okay, so backing up. the basic concept of what I'm thinking I could build with this is I was at a friend's house and she has kids and they're like 3 and 6 years old. And one of them had this box, this player. I know the brand of it, but I'm going to just describe it instead of advertise for them. This player that then they could take a card and put it in the player and then it would tell a story. It was like an audiobook or it was almost like a cassette tape player, but with nice little cards instead of cassettes. And I was like, oh, cool. That's awesome. I wonder if with AI, you could have that, keep stories, poems and things stored on the device, but then also have a dialogue back and forth with the LLM and create your own stories and save those to then listen to later. That's the idea. So now that I'm prompting, write an MCP server that helps someone story. Okay, it's doing a lot of things. Story server. Yeah, story server provides. Write story allows writing and saving a story with the title and content. Read story. Stories are saved in stories directory in JSON format. Each story file includes title, content, creation, timestamp. Files are named with a timestamp and the story title. The server uses Piper to read stories aloud. Server using Python 3 connect using the MCP client. Can you make this server on the Distiller device and start up? Okay, we are officially vibe coding because I cannot follow all of this, but MCP server. Sure. But I think he was talking about default config.py. So, oh yeah, I need to accept this. Yeah, accept all. This feels silly, but how to search directories in cursor. Yeah. Command P. Ah. Default config.py. Okay, let's talk to an LLM about it. Update the default config.py so that the device runs this. Startup. Should I just run that script now? It's a JSON, not a Python file. Sure. making sure it's executable. Okay. Okay. Accept all changes. Hundreds of lines of code. Let's hope that it does something meaningful and not crazy. Okay. So hypothetically it should run at startup, which means I'm going to try just turning it off, turning it back on. Alright, so I need to remember all this. It's... okay, yes. Just trying to remember certain things. Okay. Story server.py. And there are 3 primary commands. Okay. Now, let's restart. Okay. Distiller Alpha. Okay, so select server. Let's see, moment of truth. No, there's not another server here, but... check the device's manual. Yes. Okay, well, to be continued. Alright, the journey continues. Let's reconnect. So let's talk to an agent about it. Going into the Python. And we're gonna do this. And put Python somewhere. MCP server. So that. So we're indexing the code base. 0.8%. Okay, this might take a while. Wow, there's a lot going on. Gonna get a cup of tea. 6%. Not bad, not bad. Y'all, my sister is in Nashville. Look at this banjo. Boom. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's a gorgeous banjo. %. Okay, a new day has dawned. You can see I changed my shirt. Back from some family obligations, taking care of my son last night. And we're gonna keep working on this. Gonna keep plugging away at the Distiller 2 Alpha Dev Kit. So, we've rebooted, and we're trying to open the remote. Reload window. Alright. We are in. We've SSH'd into the device. We're gonna open the folders. Home Distiller seems good. We're going to pick up where we left off. Please set up all the relevant code so that the story server shows up in the Distiller UI, device UI. 5 seconds. Yeah, resume. Sure. Distiller device UI. Oh wait, I have to accept all. Accept all. Got it. So now I guess we try and refresh. Okay. Not seeing it there. So we accepted those changes. They should be saved. There is a server name. Oh, I see. 2 layers deep. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna take it at its word and say, is it in this list? No. But we probably need to refresh the list. Oh my gosh, it's there. Okay, that was it. It just needed to be in the right directory. Okay, cool. We've created an MCP server, and it's accessible on the device. This is very exciting. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hi, I'd like to write a new story. Nice. Now I actually have to think of a story. The title is Frog's Adventures in the Woods. I'm thinking that it could start with a little frog who one day woke up and went ribbit and looked around and thought he wanted to explore the woods a little bit more. Let's add to the story. What do you think should happen next? Maybe the frog meets a rabbit and they notice the differences between each other. What do you think? Can you expand on that? I'm having fun. Frog had to cross the stream using its long ears, and the frog and the rabbit had to build a cozy burrow. Great. That seems great. Let's add that to the story. Yes, read the entire story, please. Oh. It looks like the read story function didn't go through properly. Can you make sure it's formatted correctly? Read it. Yes, please read the story aloud. Okay, so let's see if the AI can help us troubleshoot that. Okay, let's try. You know what I didn't do? I didn't accept changes. I keep forgetting because it's like I edited this thing, but I need to say accept all. Okay, so it's my bad. But let's see if it works on its own. I don't know. Please read aloud the story Frog's Adventures in the Woods. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh. Interesting. I ran into another issue. List stories function ran, and I asked the server to read a story that I saved previous conversation. Ran and said it found Frog's Adventures in the Woods. But then when the read story function ran, is this right? Scroll back up. More feedback for the founders. Sure. Yes. Okay, I accepted the changes this time. Let's see. I'm just gonna assume I need to restart the device. We're gonna go into stories. Love when that happens quickly. Let's write a story. Let's call it Frog's Adventures in the Woods. The story starts with a frog waking up one morning and feeling the dew in the air, light mist on the woods, and the frog decides he wants to go on an adventure. And at some point, he's walking along and he runs into the rabbit. And they start noticing the differences between each other, and they become friends and have an adventure of some kind. Can you expand on it from there? I said a lot, I guess. I wonder if there's like a maximum length of audio that is easy for the system to process. Oh yeah, there you go. That's weird. It didn't capture the rabbit stuff, I guess. But maybe it'll figure it out. Oh no, tool call. Okay, well. Yes, that looks like a nice story. Let's save that. About the the friends you make along the way. The most cliche ending to a story possible. Can you confirm, did the story save? I'm always suspicious of when I see tool call. Oh no. Tool call. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna try taking a screenshot and seeing if it can help me debug just from the screenshot. Alright, we're in. Okay. I'm seeing this error issue again. Certain attempts to query a server, query a tool, result in printing the text tool call rather than actually calling the tool. Opening a tool and its message, but the UI or backend is not parsing and executing. No, that's fine. I'm not gonna update the core function of the code, but I'll send this feedback to the founders. Okay, so now I just have to figure out Gitflow in cursor. Stay tuned. All right, back at it. Sweet. Okay. So, what we want to do is talk to the agent about how to do a pull request. GitHub repo to the device I'm currently attached to. Do I clone the repo if whatever version of it is already on the device? Oh, cool. So, okay, I think that makes sense to me. So I need, let's go to the home, and if we just assume that there. Right, so terminal, new terminal. Ah, okay. This, I just had to go into the Python directory, and now there is an origin already set. Okay, if the origin is set, how do I pull the most recent code? Great. Huh. 20 files changed. Okay, so that's the most recent code is updated. Sweet, so probably I want to restart this. I guess let's see if the most recent code fixed things. Probably not. What stories are available to read? Okay, great. I'm sick of that frog story now. It's like, I want that. I want some version of that to exist. But let's think. Working title of the story is Juniper Fights the Bandits. And it should be an interesting, exciting adventure story with a character named Juniper who has a sword that's magical, and she comes across, or she gets raided by bandits, and she comes out on top and uses the magic of her sword to defeat them without killing them. Juniper and the bandits. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. Yeah? She comes across the world. Yes, read the story. Oh no. Okay, so... Alright, well, back to this. Let's reload. Make sure we're SSH'd in. Oh, okay. So then I took screenshots so that I can do this. From the story server when trying to trigger. In a way that looked like it called the function correctly. Saved synchronously. So it should be the file name. It's a file naming convention issue. Let's see if refresh reset app actually works. I don't think it's working, but maybe it is. It's restoring cache, which always seems to happen faster the first time I open it. All right, let's see. Write a story called Juniper Fights the Bandits. Juniper is a woman who lives in a fantasy world. There's a lot of beautiful nature all around. One day she's attacked by bandits from out of nowhere. Later we learn there's some larger secret plan that it's all a part of, but she has a magical sword that she's able to defend herself with, and she stuns the bandits and leaves them behind without harming them, and is able to escape, wondering why they might have attacked her. She has a story. She has a sword. No. I don't know if it'll recognize the magic sword component. Right story. Your story has been saved. You can now read it. Yes, read the story. Let's see.
Juniper, a woman living in a fantastical world, woke up one morning to find the beautiful nature surrounding her home had been invaded by bandits. They had come from nowhere, their faces hidden by cloaks and masks. Juniper, armed with a magical sword, decided to take action. She fought bravely, her sword glowing with an otherworldly light. After a long and intense battle, she managed to drive the bandits away. However, as the sun set, Juniper learned that the bandits were part of a larger, hidden plot. It seemed that there were forces at play, orchestrating the attack to achieve a greater goal. Juniper's story was about to take a new turn, and she knew she couldn't let this opportunity pass.
Wow. Okay. There it is, folks. Yeah. Oh, interesting, because this is different now. It's updating the story. This looks much more interesting, actually. I mean, it still is like... And then as the battle raged on, she learned about this plot, like, from out of nowhere. Juniper, the brave and magical woman. I love it. The version you read aloud is different from the version that you displayed in text. Can you save the text version as the Juniper fights the bandits story and read it aloud? It's like multiple commands at once. We'll see how it handles that. I'm already having ideas about ways to improve this now, because it's like, it would be cool to be able to select from a set of voices that are maybe pre-curated, but there's like 4 or 5 options. Yeah, so downloading those, putting them in the models folder, and then updating the MCP to allow users to switch between the voices. It's thinking a lot. I did ask it multiple things at once. Maybe I crashed it. Ah, there we go. Write story, read story. Oh no. Whoa. Right, now it's... yeah, I'm taking notes. Okay. Because it's writing out the whole thing again, but it's like I already confirmed that. So... Okay. Oh, there's a switch. It says, don't rewrite story after reading it aloud. If any rewrites are requested, they should happen when initially writing the story. Don't. Yes, save that version. Display the text of the whole story. Confirming it's just save it. Later, read it. In order to hear the whole thing rather than needing to read all the text. And yeah, here's the story. It's gonna do it again. Don't display the file name. That's third for either. These are just my random notes. I'll probably put these in some sort of project management platform after this, but I use TextMate to take quick notes. Read the updated story. I guess probably want to save all versions of a story, but always read the most recently saved version and allow users to revert to a previous version. Well, all right, well, we got it to do the thing once. I have like 17 enhancements already in my brain, but that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool for just a little bit of back and forth with an LLM. All right, to be continued. All right, rebooting, seeing what we can do. Read Juniper fights the bandits. Okay, actually, let's see if we can decrease the volume. What is the current volume setting?
The current volume setting is 50.
Reduce volume to 30.
Reducing volume to 30.
Sounds quieter. What stories are available? Read the most recent Juniper fights the bandits. God. Juniper. Please read the story from wherever you got the list of stories from. Okay, let's open things up. All right. So read Juniper and the Bandits. Juniper fights the bandits, but it's a good test, I guess. List the stories. Read Juniper fights the bandits.
Juniper, a woman living in a fantastical world, woke up one morning to find the beautiful nature surrounding her home had been invaded by bandits. They had come from nowhere, their faces hidden by cloaks and masks. Juniper, armed with a magical sword, decided to take action. She fought bravely, her sword glowing with an otherworldly light. After a long and intense battle, she managed to drive the bandits away. However, as the sun set, Juniper learned that the bandits were part of a larger, hidden plot. It seemed that there were forces at play, orchestrating the attack to achieve a greater goal. Juniper's story was about to take a new turn, and she knew she couldn't let this opportunity pass.
Cool. All right, let's write a new story. I feel like we know a lot about the rhythms of it. Let's write a new story titled Train Heist about a group of 5 teammates who rob a train that's carrying gold. A man, a woman, 2 other men, and another woman. And there's twists and turns in the plot, and you can take it from there. I don't know, man. transcription is crazy. There's twists and turns. There's twists and turns and turns. Oh no. It looks like the most recent message you sent didn't save the story. Can you save the story? Let's read Train Heist.
A group of 5 teammates, a man, a woman, 2 other men, and another woman decide to rob a train carrying gold. However, as they prepare, they encounter unexpected twists and turns. There's a security guard who notices their plan, a rival gang who tries to steal the gold, and a hidden compartment filled with even more valuable treasures.
Oh, cool.
The team must work together to outsmart their opponents and secure their loot. Along the way, they discover secrets about each other that test their trust and loyalty. Will they succeed in their daring heist, or will their plans unravel at the last minute?
You tell me. Please expand on the train heist story. Give the characters names and write it from the first person perspective of one or more of them. A man, a woman, 2 other men, and another woman. It's like creative genius happening in real time right here. Oh, and if there are multiple characters, could I have multiple voices? Probably we should do it that way. This writing is not so great. I'm the leader and I'm nervous. Let's save the story there and read it. Oh. Yes, can you save that version of the story? I think I shouldn't ask 2 requests at the same time. It's like a future iteration. I can feel it's heating up. Oh. Okay, yes. Read Train Heist. Train Heist, one word. Hopefully that doesn't mess with things. List stories with numbers. Yes. Hello. Finally got to the end of the list. Read story number 1.
A group of 5 teammates, a man, a woman, 2 other men, and another woman decide to rob a train carrying gold. However, as they prepare,
That's
they
just the first
encounter
version.
unexpected twists and turns. There's a security guard who notices their plan, a rival gang who tries to steal the gold, and a hidden compartment filled with even more valuable treasures. The team must work together to outsmart their opponents and secure their loot. Along the way, they discover secrets about each other that test their trust and loyalty. Will they succeed in their daring heist, or will their plans unravel at the last minute?
Okay. Reload window. Let's do it this way. Do you know the story of Alice in Wonderland? Please write an abridged version of the first chapter of Alice in Wonderland. Please read the story.
Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there lived a curious little girl named Alice. She was known for her adventurous spirit and her love for puzzles and games. One day, while playing under a tree in her garden, she stumbled upon a peculiar situation. A tiny white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch seemed to be in a hurry, and Alice followed him. However, when she tried to catch up, she found herself shrinking. She tried to find out what was happening, but the rabbit disappeared. Alice followed the rabbit into a rabbit hole, where she discovered a world of wonders and mysteries.
That's pretty cool. Solid. I like it. Well, I feel like I could iterate on this for a long time, but let's do a few key improvements. Revert to previous version seems like a beta feature, not an alpha feature. Yeah. Come back to those. Don't rewrite the story after reading it aloud. Don't display the text of the whole story when confirming edits. Don't display the file name to the user. Save all versions, but always read the most recent. Allow 2 commands at a time. List stories without duplicates, only show the title. And list stories with a number, allowing referencing by number. Okay. Accept the changes. Okay. Shutting down so that we can start back up again. So I guess we can probably just list stories first and see if it lists all the file names or not. What stories are available? Yay, it's working. That's so cool. I love it. Amazing. Let's write a new draft of Train Heist. Give all 5 characters names and write the story from one of their perspective and elaborate on some of the twists and turns of the plot. Of the flock. The twists and turns of the flock.
From the perspective of Juniper, the train heist unfolds as follows. Juniper, a clever and agile fox, plans the heist meticulously. She enlists the help of her friends, including a mischievous raccoon, a wise owl, a brave rabbit, and a cunning squirrel.
Oh, cool.
Each character brings unique skills and insights to the plan. Juniper's first challenge is convincing the owl, who is skeptical about the plan's success. The owl's skepticism adds an unexpected twist, as Juniper must find a way to win him over. Meanwhile, the raccoon, known for his prankster nature, starts causing chaos, which both distracts the guards and complicates the planning. The owl's wisdom becomes crucial when a critical piece of information is lost, forcing Juniper to rely on the raccoon's quick thinking. The rabbit, with his bravery, takes charge of the operation when the initial plan fails, leading to a series of unexpected events. The squirrel's cunning helps in securing the loot, but their cover is blown when the owl reveals their true identities to the guards. In the climax, Juniper faces a moral dilemma. Should she abandon the plan to protect her friends or risk everything to succeed? The train heist is not just about the heist itself, but about the bonds between friends and the choices they make.
Amazing. Wow. Did not expect the train heist to become I really did not expect it to bring woodland creatures into the train heist. I think it's kind of lovely. So you can see I'm already taking notes for future versions. Want to revert to a previous version of a story. If there are multiple characters, it'd be cool to have multiple voices. I was thinking it could be fun to have like hold music when generating a story, like not elevator music, but something a little more interesting. And then, yeah, just noting a couple of the issues where the story was read aloud before it was asked to be, and then it was read a second time. And yeah, right in the style of a children's story or young adult story novel, because sometimes it's struggling with that, seemingly. Well, this has been an adventure. I think there's a working version 0.1 prototype, and I'm happy with that. And it was completely vibe coded to a degree I honestly didn't expect. I thought I would be more in the weeds of the code, and yeah, it went relatively smoothly, all things considered. You know, few bugs and quirks to work through, some of that on the like hardware platform side, and other elements of it just kind of the nature of not writing the code myself. But all in all, a really exciting experience and fun to try this out, and I'm definitely going to evolve this as a prototype product and see where it takes me.